Hello, travelers.
Hi everyone.
This is a new episode of the Pikart Travel Show, which means a new top 5 is on the way.
And once again, we're heading to the city of Pattaya.
And as usual, we'd like to start by congratulating our winner. Here's their comment. You've won 2 passes to the business lounge. Congratulations. You can also win passes to the business lounge by simply leaving a comment under this video. For example, suggest a hotel you'd like us to visit. Write a comment, give us a like, and subscribe to our channel.
I won a pass to this business lounge, and I wish the same for you. You can do it too. Just comment on the video and watch it. Maybe you'll have the same chance everywhere. Today, we're gonna visit hotels like BB House Pattaya, Travelodge Pattaya, The Grande Night, Le Bouche, and Narisar Hotel.
So, shall we go?
And now we're heading to BB House Pattaya Hotel.
Well, this is quite a nice waterfront hotel, you could say, located right on the first coastline mall with several buildings. It's pretty pleasant, especially the rooms that face the sea.
There aren't that many of them, but they do exist. The location is plus it's in the Jomtien area, right on the beachfront. There are plenty of cafes and restaurants nearby. You can walk to the night market, to the Jomtien night market.
You can also walk to the Russian market just as easily.
And you can walk to the Russian market as well. And the tuk-tuks are close by. Overall, it's a very advantageous location in that regard. There's a pool, no gym, no breakfast, but the rooms are quite comfortable. The only thing is it's a bit dark there. And this darkness sometimes hides some cosmetic flaws.
Well, yes, there are some issues with the renovation, cracks in some places, some mold, and sometimes there's an odd smell, but not in all the rooms, since I checked several rooms. Yes, these issues exist, but not everywhere. The simpler the room, the worse it is. Where it's better, it's actually better. It depends on the room category. There's coffee and tea at the reception, so you can come at any time. Pour yourself a drink and have it. In the room, there's no kettle, no coffee, no sugar, no tea. So for all of that, you have to go downstairs. There is no elevator. So if you have trouble climbing stairs, this is not a very good hotel for you. Although you can get rooms by the pool, keep in mind that at least during our stay, there were a lot of children, so there's noise, shouting, and the pool will be right outside your windows. And the rooms by the pool are actually quite small. So if you're not planning to spend all your time at the hotel, then yes, that's fine. But if you are planning to, then the conditions will be pretty cramped. Another downside is probably that being on the promenade means there's constant noise, shouting, and commotion around the clock. In the evenings there are dances, so it can get loud. And there are also bikers who like to race around, and bikers are almost always here. Well, at least not everyone is speeding by, but it is a bit noisy maybe.
I would give it a 7 here. I lowered the overall score for the hotel. We had a situation where the air conditioner stopped working early in the morning. And when the technician came, it turned out there was a block of ice frozen inside the air conditioner.
Well, I don't agree with you. Come on, that's such a rare case. Air conditioners do break sometimes. We've had the same thing happen in other hotels with the same kind of ice buildup.
No, I agree that overall it's comfortable, but when it's 36 degrees outside and it gets up to 30 in the room.
Wait, if the air conditioner breaks, just ask and they'll move you to another room. They moved us, even though there were only 2 hours left before checkout.
Yes, of course, that's a big plus, that they accommodate you and move you to another room. So do you lower your rating then? I mean, just because the air conditioner broke, it happens, yeah.
Yeah, it happens. And you lower your rating because of that?
Yes, I lowered the rating because of that. That shouldn't happen, because it started leaking. Apparently there was excess water that had nowhere to drain in the
Condensate.
pipes. Condensate, yes. And in the end, this situation led to us having to move.
But I don't agree. Here you can confidently give it an 8. It's a good hotel overall, good location, good, well, decent, let's say, rooms. For the price we paid, it's off-season now, and for like $23, it's really excellent.
Well, okay. And now we're moving on to Travelodge Pattaya. This is a chain hotel. We've already stayed at one in Singapore. It was quite comfortable. And here we tested it as well. The rooms are pretty compact, but everything is ergonomic. That is both the toilet and the bathroom are very convenient. There's a large wardrobe inside. And even though the room is small, everything is arranged very comfortably.
It's just like in Singapore, exactly the same. The rooms are tiny. We haven't been to Malaysia yet, although we've already planned to stay at this hotel. We'll see how much the room categories differ in different countries, so to speak. Here, there really aren't any special categories. Even if you have a room for 3, the area is almost the same. The rooms are really very small, and for this price you can find something more interesting, or at least a more spacious room. About the breakfast, I went and had a look. Well, I wouldn't say it's anything like wow, amazing, but basically for its price, about $32, it's good. it's decent. So if that price included breakfast, it would be just perfect.
There's a gym, a rooftop pool, a wonderful view, and the location is great to right in the city center. It's not on the first line, more like the second. And it was actually pretty quiet in this location, which I noticed. There was no noise at all. At least for us, our windows faced the inner courtyard, so it was very comfortable.
We also got lucky because it was the weekend, but there's a construction site nearby, so later on it might get a bit noisy. By the way, there's also renovation work going on the roof where the restaurant is there updating it. And that's very, very good. So by the new season, they'll be ready. Not a bad location if you're going to be riding on Koh Lan. What score would you give?
I'd give this hotel a 9. Here, out of everything we've seen, it really has everything. It's all comfortable. I really liked it.
Well, I won't give it a 9 because there's not much space here. Yes, everything is clean, everything is good, but for this price, the space is pretty small. I'll give it a 7 here. Even in our last episode, we had rooms that were cheaper and bigger in the same location too. Yes, there's a pool and a gym, but I think I'll give it an 8 here, no more. So it's good, but the rooms are small.
We're moving on to the Grand Inn. The hotel is located in the center of the Hindu Quarter, behind the Tukom shopping mall. It's got a pretty good location for those who want to explore this part of the city. Walking Street is also within walking distance, and from there you can get to the pier and head out to Koh Lan Island.
Yes, overall tuk-tuks are also nearby, both to Jomtien and to the center of Pattaya. The rooms are large and spacious. The air conditioner works really well.
Here the air conditioner was new and there had been some cosmetic renovations. Basically everything was quite clean and decent.
Yes, the hotel is well maintained. As for breakfast, the variety isn't really great. Breakfast costs $5 more for 2 people, so for $2.50 each, it's excellent. But do you really need it that much? Yeah, just to have some coffee. The coffee will be instant. You can have 3 different kinds of rice. Well, maybe an omelette. Yeah, maybe hockey. But for $5, it's basically fine. All right.
And how would you rate it?
Is there no pool or anything like that?
There's neither a pool nor a gym.
Well, I guess I'd rate it depending on what was there and for what price. I'd give it an 8. I'd stay there again if I could get it for the same price, then why not? Overall, it's a pretty good hotel, clean, well maintained, everything is touched up. The room is 30 square meters. All right.
I'd probably give it an 8 here as well. Basically, for what it was, yes, everything was quite comfortable.
Just a reminder, we book all our hotels through our app. Here's the link for Android, download it. And if you have an iPhone, you can book hotels and flights on our website, Pikart.com.
We're moving on to the Le Bouche Hotel. It's quite a controversial hotel. There have been a lot of negative reviews about it, and that's actually one of the reasons we decided to test it ourselves. There are a few things to note here. The hotel is located next to the previous hotel, the Grand Inn, in the Hindu Quarter. It's designed in an Arabic style. It's quite interesting. The first thing we noticed was a kind of not exactly unpleasant but strange smell in the room. It wasn't really mold, but kind of. It was as if someone had sprayed a lot of some kind of fragrance. That scent was always in the room, especially noticeable when we left and came back in.
It wouldn't air out. Even though we opened the balcony and tried to ventilate the room, it didn't work. Overall, the hotel isn't bad, but there's no breakfast here. There is a pool. There's no gym. The pool is small. There's a bar nearby, but the bar isn't working either. There aren't that many people. The hotel has rooms of different categories, but they don't really differ much. The only and biggest problem, in my opinion, is the soundproofing. I went to the neighboring room to film and turned on the TV for the visuals. Vlad was in the next room and said it sounded like the TV was on in our own room.
That's exactly right. You could really hear it as if I was watching TV in our own room.
So soundproofing is a problem, but we were lucky the hotel wasn't full and there was no one in the neighboring room, so we slept well. Also, when we checked in, we met a Russian tourist who also said that the soundproofing here is terrible and he's changing hotels because of this issue. Some people get lucky, some don't. We stayed for 1 night. Overall, for us, it was fine.
We tested it out, and here I would probably give this hotel a 7.
For the $16 we paid for the hotel, I think it's a perfect price-quality ratio. But yes, maybe the soundproofing is an issue. There was also a problem with the internet. Again, thanks to our signal booster, the internet was okay. I'd probably give it a 7 here as well.
I'll stick with a 7 here too. I probably wouldn't come back though, because there are much nicer hotels and rooms for this price.
Yeah, I agree.
And we end today's episode at Nair's Art Hotel.
Well, it really is an art hotel. We're greeted by paintings here, and there's a gallery right next door. Unfortunately, the gallery was closed because of the holidays, so we couldn't get in. And so they sit right there and draw. It's actually a pretty nice little hotel. We've walked past it so many times and just never really checked it out. But now, thanks to the off-season, we got a good price, just $16 for the same rooms. So what would you give it? We checked out the hotel. It's honestly a really good place. Nice rooms, 24 square meters and up. Our room had a view of the city center and the sea, almost overlooking Budva. A really great panorama, and I genuinely liked it. We even extended our stay for a second day. The internet was good to 270 megabits. That's really great, both for download and upload speeds. So it's pretty cool. We give it a like for that. And we even extended this room for a second day because it was honestly a really good room. The only thing is maybe the soundproofing suffered a bit. There was a real thunderstorm, thunder, lightning flashing, a proper storm. But overall, it wasn't bad. There were also some cars passing by with music, motorbikes too, but not that many. A lot, even though the street is quite central, right?
I haven't been here in a long time actually. I sleep very soundly. I don't hear anything, but here in the evening you could hear everything really well. There was some kind of single chamber, very thin double glazed window, and our windows faced Sapraya. That's a pretty busy street that connects central Pattaya and Jomtien. Here I would definitely lower the score for that, yes.
Depends on which room you get. Stay in the room facing the courtyard.
Yes.
So there's always a choice. There are rooms, as I understand it, that face the pool. For the price, it's really, really great. I liked it, yes. The only issue might be the soundproofing, but otherwise everything is just excellent. There's a cafe on the first floor where you can also have breakfast, but it's not run by the hotel. You can just eat there or order something yourself. Overall, the prices are reasonable.
So let's move on to our rating.
You rate the hotel first.
5 stars.
What score would you give it?
Well, I'd give it an 8 here. I'm deducting points for the soundproofing.
I'll give it an 8 too. Maybe it could have been higher. If they do something about the soundproofing, just replace the windows with double glazed ones, it would be perfect. Or come up with some other solution. But as it is, it's really good, spacious and wonderful. Let's continue and move on to our top 5 hotels. So what now? What are you starting with?
I'll start with Travelodge Pattaya. Next, I'll move on to analyzing the Art Hotel. That one will be in second place for me. In third place, I'll put Bibi House Pattaya. Then I'll have the Grande Night, and I'll finish with Le Bouche.
I'll do it differently. I'll put Bibi House in first place because it's right on the beachfront. Depending on your room, you could be staying in various types, some by the pool, some right by the sea, or in a inner courtyard, plus the location is good. Next, I'd probably put Nair's Art because it's a decent hotel. I evaluated not only the quality but also the price. That's why I always take all these factors into account when I evaluate. So here Nair's would be in second place. It's a good hotel, good rooms, good location. It's convenient that the tuk-tuk passes right outside your windows, you could say. From the hotel, it's quite pleasant to get either to the center or to Jomtien. Next, probably Travelodge, because the rooms are small. If they were bigger, it would be better. For the last 2 places, honestly, it doesn't really matter how to rank them. Although, actually, I'll probably put the Grande Night higher in 4th place because it's a decent hotel with spacious rooms. Plus, there's internet and the air conditioning worked fine. And so, in last place is Le Bouche because of problems with the internet and soundproofing. Basically, I think I'll stop here and finish my top 5.
And now we're moving on to our weekly roundup. Well, of course, I'll start with the sea. This is BB House on the first line, Travelodge in central Pattaya. That's where I like to relax. Then I moved to the Grand Daylight, then Le Bouche, and finished at the Resort Hotel. Well, I agree. You can mix and match in different ways.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Basically, any arrangement will be fine. They're all pretty much equivalent. Some have an advantage in location, others in terms of quietness, the pool, and so on. So there's really not much difference. You could just list them all in a row, separated by commas, and it would be fine. Just a reminder, we book all hotels using the link in the description through the Pikart Travel app on Android. Here's the QR code, you can download it, and also visit our website pikarttravel.com, as well as our search aggregator at Flight, pikarttravel.com. There you'll find airline tickets, hotels, and you can pick something interesting for yourself. You can also pay with a Russian card.
And in our Telegram channel, you'll find interesting offers on airline tickets, tours, and hotels.
Don't forget, whether you travel often or not so often, you can become our agent and film video reviews especially for us. We'll edit them, upload and publish them, and you'll receive a reward. Check out the details of the link, and I think many of you will like it, since we're already finding our first agents who are making reviews for us. I think you'll like it too, and you'll also become our agent. Details are at the link in the description. And today we recorded this episode at the Intercontinental. We spent a whole day here at the interesting price, and you'll see how our stay went very soon in our new review. Watch for it next week.
Well then, see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.